friends. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a type of woman you will never build healthy, stable, balanced relationships with. Because with her, that kind of relationship simply doesn't exist. I'm talking about the victim woman. She's the queen of manipulation. And she doesn't just manipulate, she manipulates with surgical precision, using guilt, duty, and kindness as her weapons. She never takes responsibility. Instead, she makes everyone around her the villain. You, her children, her parents, her friends. She's always the innocent one. And in her story, you're always the aggressor. You probably heard the saying, every victim finds their aggressor. Well, if you're with a victim woman, you are that aggressor. 100%. You will always be at fault, and worse, she will provoke you. She will push, test, and provoke you until you react in ways that aren't like you, until you say things you don't mean, raise your voice, or even break something in frustration. I've seen men, calm, peaceful men who've never shouted in their lives, suddenly explode in anger. Not because they're violent, but because they've been driven to the edge. And that's exactly what she wants. The victim woman feeds on your emotional reactions. For her, your anger isn't a problem. It's a lever of control. After you lose your temper, she'll use it against you forever. How could you scream like that? Look what you're doing to our family. You're destroying everything with your behavior. She turns your reaction into proof that you're the problem and she's the one suffering. And here's the worst part. You can't have an adult conversation with her. Try to say something like, "Honey, we both made mistakes yesterday. Let's sit down calmly, talk it through, and move forward together." She won't hear it. Instead, she'll respond with, "How dare you say I was wrong too? You think I was at fault in that fight?" And then it begins. "I'm leaving. You've ruined my life. Petya from 11th grade treated me better. Why did I choose you? You're humiliating me. You don't understand me. Yesterday you made me cry. Today you're doing it again." No matter what you say, you end up guilty again. You're trapped in a cycle where you're always the one who has to fix it. Now, how she uses your children as weapons. One of her most dangerous tactics is using your children against you. When there's a conflict and you finally stand your ground, when you don't beg for forgiveness, when you don't fall to your knees, she strikes. She takes the kids and leaves. She runs to her parents, her friends, or anywhere she knows people will pity her. And then she turns the children against you. She tells them, "Daddy is bad. Daddy hurt Mommy. Daddy doesn't love us." She paints you as the villain and herself as the suffering martyr. And the world? The world always sides with her. Friends, family, even the law. They see her tears, her trembling voice, her helplessness, and they believe she needs to be saved from you. And this is where it gets dangerous. In custody battles, divorce cases, property disputes, the system will almost always favor the victim woman. Why? Because she knows how to perform. She cries, she pleads, she shakes when she sees you. And everyone, judges, lawyers, social workers, instantly believes you are the abuser. They don't see the manipulation. They don't see how you pushed her to the edge. They only see her pain. And suddenly, you're not just fighting for your relationship. You're fighting to keep your children, your home, your reputation. Her life story? Everyone else is to blame. For the victim woman, nothing is ever her fault. When she was young, her parents failed her. They didn't give her a good childhood, a proper education, or opportunities. Then she married, and you failed her. You ruined my life. I chose the wrong man. Then she had children, and they fail her. My friend's son is successful, but you're worthless. You give me nothing. She never grows. She never changes. She just shifts the blame. And her goal? Power and control. Don't be fooled by her weak position. Don't think she's powerless. She's not. She's the real controller in the relationship. She uses guilt, drama, and emotional blackmail to keep you trapped. And the scariest part? Even the strongest man can fall into her trap if he plays by her rules. These relationships aren't just toxic. They're addictive. It's a cycle of chaos. One day she's warm, cooking for you, loving. The next, she's gone, taking the kids, leaving you in panic. Then she's back, and you're overjoyed. Then she breaks down again, and you're the one who has to save her. This high-low, hot-cold rhythm becomes your entire world. You start neglecting your work, your friends, your health. You stop living because your life now revolves around managing her emotions. And when the stress becomes unbearable, many men turn to alcohol, not because they're weak, but because they're broken. Their nervous system can't take it anymore, and alcohol becomes the only escape. Oh, can you fix it? Should you stay? Let me be clear. You cannot fix a victim woman. You cannot reason with her. You cannot love her enough to make her stop. Because her identity is built on being the victim. If she's not suffering, she doesn't know who she is. So ask yourself, is your woman a victim? Do you always feel guilty, even when you've done nothing wrong? Do you constantly have to chase her, beg for forgiveness, and prove your love? Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells every day? If you answered yes, then you're in a relationship with a victim woman. And in this relationship, you will always be the villain, you will never have peace, you will lose yourself unless you wake up. Now, what should you do? First, stop playing her game. Stop reacting. Stop apologizing. Stop chasing. Second, ask yourself the hard question. Why do I keep attracting women like this? Often it's not about her. It's about your own patterns, your need to be needed, your fear of abandonment, your belief that love means sacrifice. And finally, if you're ready to break free, if you're ready to reclaim your power, you don't have to do it alone. There is a way out, there is healing, there is a life where you're not the villain, but the man who finally chose himself. Friends, if this hit home, leave a comment. Have you been in a relationship with a victim woman? Are you in one now? What was your breaking point? Is there a way to change, or is the only way out to walk away? This isn't about hating women. It's about seeing clearly. Because the first step to freedom is realizing you're not the problem. You were just caught in her story. And it's time to write your own. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay strong.